What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. I'm talking about one from Scream Factory. This is the Poughkeepsie Tapes. This one is about a killer. The police are trying to catch him, but they end up kind of stumbling upon this gigantic collection of VHS tapes. And as they start to sort through them, they realize that these are the tapes that the killer had made of when he was stalking victims and then eventually torturing and killing victims. And so the movie is presented as if it were a true crime show, and it has interviews with police, witnesses, people involved, and then it shows different clips from the tapes. This movie was basically, by the time, like, I'm making this in 2017, which is when it finally came out on in an official Blu-ray release. It was essentially like the Duke Nukem Forever of horror movies. It was built up so big of like, oh, it's too extreme to release. It's, it should never come out. It's too graphic. It's too disturbing. Whatever. It's not. It's not at all. Honestly, like a program on ID would basically be more graphic and scary than this movie. Like I said, it's presented like a true crime show, and from that perspective, they did a great job. It looks like a cheesy true crime show. As far as the found footage tapes, they're nothing. They have some creepy moments, but to me, the creepiest stuff was when the killer was talking to like kids, and that would be creepy regardless. There's nothing really graphic here. There's no real violence ever shown. There's no creepy sex stuff in it. It's essentially just a cheesy true crime show with a few little like found footage bits in it that try to be scary, but honestly, they would play on network TV now, and no one would bat an eye. I don't know why this movie got such a huge reputation, other than the fact that it just wasn't widely available. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think if you approach it as a faux true crime program, it's a decent watch. But if you're here for horror or extreme or terror or scariness or serial killers, you're not going to get it, because this is just not scary. There's nothing scary about it. There's nothing graphic about it. There's no real blood. There's no nudity. It's just, it's just like watching an extended episode of an ID program about a killer, that happens to include some actual footage in it. Definitely never feels real. It definitely never feels scary. But if you're just a true crime fan and you want to check it out, or I think a lot of people are going to come to this just because it's a curio that it's finally available in a proper version. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting all over this movie, but I just think at a certain point, it's just not good. It's just not scary. It's not disturbing. It definitely does not live up to the reputation, but nothing could. I want to make that clear too. I don't think this movie could do much, especially in the wake of Atraz and a Serbian film. This movie had no prayer of actually coming off as disturbing. But even by normal horror standards, this is not scary or disturbing or extreme. But I'm happy that it came out, because I do think it deserves to be seen, and it's nice that the work that the people put in making it can finally be seen widely by anybody who's interested. So I didn't personally care for it. I think it works best as a kind of almost like a spoof on true crime shows. But as far as something being scary or disturbing, there's nothing here that's even remotely scary or disturbing. The Blu-ray is from Scream Factory. It's got new interviews and a theatrical trailer. The transfer looks fine. It's never going to look, excellent, just because of the nature of the way the movie was shot. It looks okay, though. It looks about probably as good as it's ever going to look, since a lot of it is, different video sources that are not meant to look pristine. It's just part of the presentation. So I think the Blu-ray is a fine release. I can't recommend the Poughkeepsie Tapes as a purchase. I do recommend you should see it just if you're a horror fan, just so that you can see it, because it's had such a reputation. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely just check it out, just so you can kind of cross it off the list and see for yourself. But go into it expecting more of a true crime spoof than an actual scary movie, because that's essentially what it is. That's my review of the Poughkeepsie Tapes. If you like this review, please check out my website, markfusion.com. I've got hundreds of other movie reviews there, as well as TV shows, anime, video games, all kinds of stuff. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion, and I also have a Patreon if you want to get some exclusive content there. But the best way to support me is to hit that sub button. It's free and easy, and that's it, man. It would give me a nice will to live to get some more subscribers. Thanks so much for watching. I do seriously appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.